Hey Pisces, what's up? Welcome to my channel. My name is Katie, and today we're going to be doing a reading focused on transitional energies. So for all of you who are maybe moving from one home to another, one career to another, one relationship to another, I don't know, whatever transition that you're moving through, this spread should, bring in some insights. I do believe that if you're here already, it's for a reason. There's something here for you, regardless of how much you identify with you being in transition. Sometimes the transitions can be more subtle, and sometimes they can be even way more powerful and going and happening under the surface more than the classic I'm moving from one home to another. Well, I will suggest you filter accordingly and you take what resonates with you, Pisces. Today we're going to be using the Santa Muerte Tarot. Halloween coming soon. I literally just used these decks in October. For some reason I forget that they exist until October. So, alright. Angel, Spirit, Universe, please bring in the most loving, most accurate, most helpful, useful predictions and advice for Pisces in regards to transitions they may be going through in life. Alright, so we got here the Chariot. Some of you are maybe currently moving out of a situation that has a person who's a Cancer. Someone could be moving out of a diagnosis of cancer, perhaps. Some of you could be changing cars or vehicles. Some of you could be kind of like already on the road to something better. So maybe this transition for some of you has taken a while. It has taken a while, and the places that you are growing out of were, to a certain extent, places that were transitional themselves. It's like they were never really the end goal. They were never really anything other than a stepping stone. You may be, outgrowing a space or a situation that proved to be an evolution of the previous state. So you're continuously in motion. Continuously in motion. What life is requiring of you right now is the world. Lots of open-mindedness are asked from you. So keep an open mind, allow yourself to see the world as a small place. See yourself as a citizen of the world if you can. Some of you are going into a phase of your life, whether it is, as I mentioned, with work or love or family, in which the world is going to be way smaller. You're going to have more international connections. You're probably going to be traveling more, or you're going to be connecting to other cultures more in depth. It's like what used to feel very distant, very exotic, all of a sudden is going to very easily start to merge into your life. And the more exposed you are to other traditions, to other spiritual paths, to other cultures, countries, forms of living, almost like the more educated, I guess you could say, or more cultured you are, more capable of navigating the transition. So what I'm getting here is a reference. They showed me this glimpse of information. Imagine as if, you've always lived in the same place, in a small town, somewhere where maybe you know everybody. Everyone has, the families have gone through all their generations right then and there, knowing your family. Everything is very, very close. Maybe you've never really traveled. Maybe you've never seen a reason to. And all of a sudden, You're expected to travel to the other side of the world, to a place where you don't speak the language, and do a job that is out of your comfort zone. That, of course, is more of a harsh change than maybe the person who's often, always moving around, changing, being exposed to different cultures, different people. So what they're telling me with this is that the more you open yourself up, gradually, it will help you have less resistance when the time comes to make certain choices. It's like when, let's say that you want to be a famous author and you want to be a public speaker, but you're nervous about, speaking in public. If you start doing tiny little, guided meditations or little workshops or interviews or live streams or videos on YouTube, it's like inevitably, little by little, that is going to start to feel more easy for you. And I feel like some of you, they're telling you here, like, get ready for a space in which you're going to be dealing with a lot of different people. Get ready for that. The more you're capable of adapting to change, the more successful you're going to be. And of course, this is a reading about transitions, so that's pretty obvious. But we do have here the Ten of Pentacles. And that is a card of lots of fortune, abundance, prosperity, very strong foundations to things in our lives. It's a card of generational wealth, generational success. And you can totally make this happen, Pisces. The more you expose yourself, the better. I remember, oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm going to share this with you guys. I think I have at some point, probably. When I was growing up, in like early high school or something, I was placed in this incredible school. Very fancy, rich kids, like boarding school kind of thing. It wasn't a boarding school, but it was kind of like a very fancy elite or whatever school. And don't get me wrong, incredibly grateful. The education was absolutely great. However, I don't know if it was the age, I don't know if it was my group, I don't know what the hell, but the crowd was awful. Like really awful. And I remember being so young and I was like, dude, this is not the real world. Like everybody here is like almost related somehow. It's like this tiny, close little circle of like powerful people. They all look the same, they all sound the same, they all want to study the same thing, it's like a little like avatar of like someone who will be successful politically and socially. If you know me and you follow my channel, I guess you could immediately tell that was not, a place that I would thrive in. And even as I was so young, I remember telling my mom, like, I don't want to grow in a place like that. I want to be somewhere where there are different races, different types of people of all, ages, cultures, languages, colors. Like, what the fuck? Like, it felt so almost like offensive at that age to see that and have people tell me that was like the real world. I'm like, no. And as much as I was very blessed with the opportunity, my path, I believe, was somewhere else. So I did my rebellious thing as I would do and found a way to land in a different school. And it was the best, And the same happened for me professionally. Like, we're exposed to certain things, but the more we broaden up, I don't know if that's the thing, the more we branch out. Have patience with me, you guys. My main language is Spanish, and I think you can tell. So please be patient. But the more you branch out, the more and more everything becomes more normal. Everything becomes normalized, and you're more open, more compassionate, more kind, less judgmental, because you understand that not everybody lives the way you do. And that's beautiful. That is not something that is a negative thing. So I feel, Pisces, that you are being invited to spread your wings. And the more you spread your wings, the more you have space for others. It's like the more you get to understand other people, and the more they get to understand you. The more you understand the human experience, the more you understand the different points of view, and how, you know, everyone has a right to have an opinion, and everyone being different is a space of balance. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing here that many of you are going to be more and more exposed to that kind of thing. And it's going to make it easier. But there are going to be challenges, as always. Transitions usually, you know, they have us out of our comfort zone in one way or another. And when you branch out and you realize that where you have been is not all there is, and that there is so much more, you start to realize that a lot of the things that you have been living by, maybe you don't really agree about anymore. Like, you really don't resonate with them anymore. So it's an important time in which you get to claim a higher life. But it's like the past is going to almost like claim from you everything that is not resonant. Everything that indulges limitation. Whatever transition you're in, it's like the more open-minded you allow yourself to be without in any way sacrificing your boundaries, the better everything is going to go. You're being guided into a space in which you're going to be very proud of yourself. I think that many of you are going to accomplish or land in a place in your life that maybe you never thought you could be capable of doing something like that. Out of your comfort zone, definitely. And for some of you, it's like you're achieving something far above your wildest dreams. It's something that has to do with what connects us all. Every person is different, right? But underneath, as we can see here, we all got the same skeleton, right? And it's seeing the differences, acknowledging them, enjoying them, celebrating them. But also understanding that when it comes down to it, we are all the same in the ways that matter. And there is something about that concept that makes your transition, maybe your new job, maybe your new family, maybe your new home, your new phase. That is what like grounds it. For example, if this is you going into a new business, let's say, it's that connecting thread of what we all share that like really creates an impulse for your product, because you understand, you know, aspects of the human experience that are beyond age or culture or gender or race. Some of you are creating like a product that is meant to close a gap of difficulty. Like, you know about like Rihanna's makeup line, in which she created way more shades of makeup, foundation, I think it was. Way more shades than the average makeup brand. And that was her success, because there were so many groups of women that, or people in general, that wanted a certain shade, but since it wasn't like that popular, I guess they didn't have theirs. And she created palettes that really soothe like all color skins. And that was her success, among many others, of course. So I feel like some of you are thinking about doing something that really is very like inclusive. But you're being also asked to be in a very, very like observant. Dude, what is wrong with my English? Observant. You're asked to be in a very observant space. Really paying attention to how people feel. People that are around you who are in this transition with you. How are they feeling? But also make moves that are strategic and that are very well thought out. Some of you are moving from one relationship to another. And this is going to be very successful. Definitely. You may be judged. Not everyone is going to understand. But I feel like some of you here are saying, I just know that this relationship, this marriage, this thing from the past, it's over. It has been over forever. And I was in denial and I'm ready to move on to something new. And I found my person. If you're resonating with that, I see with the sun here, there's a lot of clarity. You can be very, very right. You may be headed in the right direction. Others could be judging you. But, you know, it is what it is. Some of you are going through a transition like this. And know that you're going to be very happy. We do have the sun card here. And it applies for that case, but for all others as well. The sun. Happiness, joy, freedom, clarity, good health, good luck, wealth, all of the above. So expose yourself as much as possible to other people's perspectives without in any way compromising your own. And somehow that is what's really going to create a click for this transition, whatever it may be, and help you move forward. There is success here for you. Things are going to start to pick up speed, big time. So yeah, good luck. Enjoy it. You got this, Pisces. You got this. I love you so much. Thank you so much for your patience with my invented words. And I hope to see you in the next reading, Pisces. I love you so, so much. Bye.